Brittany Brown, also known as Miss B, and I am living, working, and traveling in South Korea. I know it's been a while since the last time I did a video. I think it was around Christmas time. I definitely enjoyed the winter break and was able to relax. We were in HPCon Charlie, so I wasn't able to travel or do much, but I definitely enjoyed my time at home, celebrating the holiday, celebrating the new year, and establishing some goals and things that I wanted to accomplish for 2021. One of those things was to begin my doctoral program, which I started in the middle of January. I am attending Liberty University for a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. I recently finished my first 2 classes and the next 2 start next week. So I am looking forward to it, even though the first 2 were so much reading and writing and I've been out of practice. So kind of getting into a new routine of doing that once work was done definitely kept me up some nights, but I think I have a good balance now and I'm ready for the next 2 courses to begin. I've also started voice lessons. I've sung since I was little in a choir. I've always been very nervous to sing by myself. Any type of solo thing or even public speaking also makes me nervous. So this will hopefully help me to overcome some of those fears and become better in my public speaking and in my singing. I've also joined Clubhouse. I'm not sure if you all are familiar with it, but it's a platform available for people with iPhones to kind of connect and network with people that you wouldn't necessarily cross paths with on a few different things. So I am working on starting a nonprofit with my best friend Candace, and I have been gathering a lot of good information about how to start a nonprofit and the process and solidifying exactly what we wanted our goals and things to be. So that's another thing that I have in the works. Few updates on work. So we were in HPCon Charlie until February, which means when we came back to school, we were in remote learning, which was actually a positive for me because I was able to do my remote teaching, do my paperwork and everything else. And then as soon as work hours were complete, I just switched to my other laptop and started on my schoolwork. Now that we're back in person, we just started our assessment window, so I have been assessing my students and collecting evidence to demonstrate their knowledge because my students do not take the typical paper, pencil, or computer-based assessment that their general education peers take. So that's another thing that I have on my plate, to create the assessments that I'm going to use so that my students are able to demonstrate their knowledge and understanding of the concepts that I've been teaching throughout the school year. I also took a day trip to Galipo Beach, which was extremely foggy when we first arrived. So at first I couldn't even see the ocean and I was like, oh, what's going on? But before we left, we decided to walk around a little bit. Again, this was actually during a time where we could not sit down in restaurants. So we kind of just walked the strip and passed by this little carnival area. But by the time we finished our loop, the fog had lifted and we were able to then see the beach a little better, and we took a couple of pictures and things prior to leaving and heading back home. So that was a nice little day trip. And any time we're in Charlie, anything that is recreational or physical, like if you're going to be walking or hiking, things like that where you're not enclosed in a specific area and not with large groups of people, are okay. Okay, due to being in HBCon C during the winter break, I didn't do much traveling or anything during that time, but we have since moved back into HBCon Bravo, which means we are now able to sit in restaurants and eat. So I've been able to go out to eat a few times.
Have a nice dinner.
Thanks.
I recently went to the National Ecological Institute, and I'll insert some clips of what I saw while I was there. biomes based on the different areas across the world, and each biome was actually set to the temperature that was typical for that area, except for the polar or Arctic biome. But they also incorporated plants and animals to the extent that they could that were native to those areas. So it was very nice to be able to, one, be out, also see and learn about different biomes, which just so happened to be something that I was also teaching in school. So my students were excited to see some of my pictures and things once I returned. I also found my new favorite convenience store. It is called GS25, and they have some of my favorite chips, which are honey butter potato chips. My coworker actually introduced them to me, so I'm happy to know that I can find them. And there's also this peach tea drink that I always get with a cup of ice. But there are some very unique things that are unique to Korea, and I enjoy going in there, and every now and then I'll try something a little different. Today I'm wearing my original shirt, I Am Strong, and I will insert the link in the video as well as my link to my Instagram page, and the information will also be down below. As always, thank you for following my journey and tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you have any questions or anything that you'd like me to share specifically about my experience in South Korea, feel free to leave a comment or send me a message on my blog. Thank you.